Black Friday and Cyber Monday are the biggest sales days of the year for me and my jewelry business. Last year, I made over $10,000 in just Black Friday alone. So stay on to watch this video where I'll show you my Black Friday and Cyber Monday plans and how you can do it too. Hi, my name is May Pak and I help makers, artists, and designers make a living from selling their handmade products online. So for this year's Black Friday, I'll be doing my ladder discount sale. You know how every time Apple comes out with a new iPhone, people are waiting in line outside Apple stores like really early in the morning for hours so they can get their hands on one of those new iPhones. There's that huge sense of urgency and people can't wait to get their hands on one of the new products. People are excited and they've been anticipating the release of the new product for a long time before it actually even becomes available for sale. And I don't think I need to tell you how much money Apple makes, right? It's a lot of money. This is exactly the same experience we're trying to create, but online, which I have found to be almost impossible to do. Now, since everything that's happened in 2020, a lot of craft shows have been canceled, right? And I know that show organizers have tried to transition their shows online. And from what I've been hearing about those events, I have students that have been a part of those events, they tend to not do so great. Now, my theory is that it completely lacks urgency because in a real life craft show, people have to get to the event at a certain day and time, and if they don't get there on time and they don't show up, they'll miss out on that event entirely. But with online events, there's no real difference between going to an online event to shop versus just going directly to the artist's website in their own time. And all of us human beings, we're lazy creatures, so there's really no incentive to attend an event live while it's happening online. Live events also have the allure of the herd mentality and a ton of social proof, right? Like at a craft show, you can see lots of people huddled over a booth and you think to yourself, like, that must be a pretty popular booth with cool products, so you want to go see it for yourself. You can't recreate that experience online very easily. But this ladder discount sale that I'm about to share with you does all of the above, and as a result, it can make you a whole lot of money if done correctly. Before we get into breaking down the ladder discount sale though, I wanted to share with you the backstory of how this concept came to be, because I think there's a very important lesson here that I want to share with you. This was actually many years ago on Black Friday itself, where I saw on Udemy, which is a marketplace that sells courses, do this exact same thing. It was a one-day only sale with a discount on their courses, and there's this big timer at the top of their website. And as time ticked down, the discount kept getting smaller and smaller. So it really encourages you to act quickly to save more money or you'll miss out. This was the only time I had ever seen anyone do this. I was blown away and I thought, how can I do this but for my own business? But because no one else was doing this, I wasn't sure if it was a good idea. And the fact that Udemy sells courses and I sell jewelry, I just wasn't sure if it would work for me. So I asked a couple of my business friends if they thought it was a good idea. And you know what they said? They thought it was a terrible idea. They told me not to do it. So I ended up not doing it that year. Well, a whole year goes by and I decided to ignore my friends the next year and give it a shot and see how it goes. The results I got were insane. They were incredible. I had never made so much money before in just one day. And because of those results, I continued to refine my process and do the same ladder discount sale every year on Black Friday. And every year my sales just keep getting bigger and bigger on that day. The point is, it's a really good idea to learn marketing from businesses that are outside of the space that you sell in. So for example, just because I sell jewelry doesn't mean I can't learn a thing or two from a software business. This will really help you come up with ideas that aren't overused in your space, and it'll help you stand out from the crowd. And secondly, sometimes you just gotta march to the beat of your own drum, right? If you're not sure something will work or not, the best thing you can do is just test it out for yourself. That will give you the answer that no one else can. So having said all of that, let's break down the ladder discount sale and how I do it. I only do the sale on the day of Black Friday itself. So I don't do anything over the weekend. And on Black Friday, my sale starts at 10 a.m. Central, and for the first 2 hours, my customers get a 35% off discount code that they can use for all of my products except my Necklace of the Month Club subscription. Then from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., that discount drops to 25% off. And then from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., the discount is 15% off. And then from 8 p.m. to midnight, the discount is 5% off. Last year, when I did this sale, I made $10,000 in just one day. And I know you might be thinking that 35% off sounds like a lot of money to give away, but if your products are priced correctly, you will be able to afford offering 35% off and still make a healthy profit. I have a pricing video for you to check out if you want more information on that. Plus, I only do the sale once a year, and so my customer never sees me offer such a big discount any other time. That makes it a very exclusive and a very effective event. Not to mention that I do have a team that helps me make products and package orders, so it's completely hands-off for me. Now, there are a few key things for what makes this ladder discount sale so effective. Number one, you really want to go all out here with your offers. This is not something that you do multiple times a year because it will lose its efficacy, so just keep that in mind. What is also considered a generous offer to your customers can be relative to your business. For example, maybe you sell small-sized original art for hundreds of dollars each and you've never given out more than a 10% off discount. Then 35% off might be too much for you, but a 20% discount would be considered very generous. This is going to be different for everyone. Now, my products are also reproducible, which means that I have designs that I can just sell over and over and over again, so I can offer a slightly higher discount compared to, say, someone who sells one-of-a-kind products. If you sell one-of-a-kind products, I would advise on using a lower discount. The general idea, though, is that you want to be super generous and go all out with this event that you do only once a year. Number two, you want to invest most of your time preparing for this event in the pre-promotion of the actual sale day. Don't make the mistake that I've made before where on a whim I decided on Black Friday itself that I wanted to do a sale. So I put some discount codes around my website and I was disappointed to see that I didn't make any more sales than a regular sales day. Most launches and sales campaigns fall flat, usually because not enough time was spent in the pre-promotion period of your sale. So at least 1 to 2 weeks before your actual sale, you want to talk about it on all of the platforms you do marketing on, which is your email list, your social media channels, and your blog if you have one, or your YouTube channel if you have a channel. So for example, the week before Black Friday, where I usually post once a day on Instagram, I would then double my frequency of posts instead. So the first post would be, my regular Instagram post, and the second post of the day will be talking about my upcoming Black Friday sale. Now, I don't give away all of the details of the sale in those posts, but I do tease about it to build up anticipation and excitement. I talk about how it's going to be the biggest sale of the year, and point number 3 here is I direct people to join my email list if they want to hear more details about the sale. This is so important because you are simultaneously building your email list of people who are extremely interested in your products. These are people who want to buy your work and they aren't tire kickers. It's only through your email list, though, that you then share the details of how people can participate in your sale. So prior to Black Friday, your focus should be on growing this exclusive email list. Now, if you're just starting out and you have a very small audience, one thing you can try is a few weeks before Black Friday, do a giveaway and make the prize one of your products. Now, the value of the prize should be really attractive if you want people to be interested. Giveaways are a lot of fun to do in moderation, and it's great at increasing your engagement, visibility, and your organic reach on your social channels for a temporary period of time. So you're gathering all of these people onto your social media, and they're paying attention to your account at a very pivotal moment that you want them to pay attention to you, and then you share them teasers for your Black Friday sale. It's kind of like a 1-2 punch process. If you have the resources, I also recommend doing pre-promotion using paid advertising to a warm audience. So for example, what is a warm audience? Your past website visitors and say maybe your past customers. Now you might be wondering if you need to use any apps in your store to make this sale work. Now, for a few years, I used the Bold Discounts app for Shopify. This app helps you schedule lowered prices in advance for any products you want in your store. And with this app, your customers don't need to enter in coupon codes upon checkout because the discounted prices are directly reflected on your product listings. Now, the only reason I don't use this anymore though is because the app takes a long time to update prices, especially if you have a lot of product listings or a lot of variants in each product. I don't have a lot of product listings. I have maybe 100 or so, but each listing has 8 variants, which means I technically have 800 different price points for the app to change. So it would take something crazy like 40 minutes for the software to change my product prices back to the original price and then change it to the new discounted price for the new time period. Don't ask me why it has to do that. That's just the process it has to go through. That made it so that my prices weren't accurate and I received a lot of customer service questions. And it created a lot of friction in the buying process, which lowered conversions and sales for me. So in the last 2 years, I've just kept things simple, and instead of using this app, I just use coupon codes that start and expire at those time frames that I've set. And prior to and on the day of the sale, I would email my exclusive email list those coupon codes. Now, I was hesitant to do this at first because it was an extra step that I would make my customers go through with them needing to copy and paste the coupon codes, enter it in upon checkout. But honestly, I haven't noticed a difference between using the app and using coupon codes. So I'm going to stick with this new system that I've got because it's just easier. So that's what I do for Black Friday. Now on Cyber Monday, I do something a little bit different. Remember how I said that on Black Friday, I offer discounts for all products except my Necklace of the Month Club subscription. So on Cyber Monday, I send out a surprise email to my exclusive list and offer them $5 off my Necklace of the Month Club subscription, which is usually $19.99. The super generous offer here is that they get to stay at that lower price of $14.99 for as long as they are a subscriber, not just on the first month. But once they cancel, they lose out on their special pricing. So that really encourages people to stay on for a really long time as well. So those are my Black Friday and Cyber Monday plans this year as well. I'm thinking of creating a separate video where I share with you my results after that weekend. So let me know if that is something you would be interested in hearing, and leave me any comments you have in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more handmade business tips and give it a thumbs up. And then don't forget to watch this next video on the screen here.